Hey everybody, it's Marshall Monkey here. This is going to be my Arrow Spectre of the Gun review. There's a lot of things, Denny O'Neil type Easter egg-ish things that I'll talk about. More like the Green Lantern and Green Arrow run, if you haven't heard of that. It's basically where Green Arrow and Green Lantern have their own specific run, Denny O'Neil style, because, that was the whole run that they had back then. So it's very inspired by that, but they're kind of changing it up a little bit with gun control. We'll talk about that. I'm kind of behind. I have this episode to do, and then the next episode of Arrow. Then I'm going to do Legends, and then some bonus videos too. But anyway, let's talk about it. So this episode starts out really well with the whole idea of gun control. Like, that's what they're debating in this episode. So if you haven't heard of it, the Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Denny O'Neil run focuses on a lot of drugs more than it does gun control. Like, it did a lot of drug type things back then in that comics. They debated that, but it was kind of inspired by that because they debated about that, Green Lantern and Green Arrow did. And so now they're kind of doing that with the team, especially with Wilddog and Mr. Terrific debating about gun control. So kind of pulled from that, kind of not. You can kind of see where they've taken some aspects of that and put it into this episode. But anyway, we have this huge thing about gun control in the episode. So there's a lot of backstory for Wilddog. There wasn't any Russia flashbacks in this episode. There wasn't any Talia al Ghul. It was mainly Wilddog stuff that they did in the episode, but then it was also some gun control debating. But I love the Wilddog backstory that they gave because it gives us a really fair point about why Wilddog is so for having guns. And Mr. Terrific kind of explains why he's against them too. But anyway, in this episode, we have a lot with Adrian. So a lot of people don't know that Adrian has this huge comic book persona. I don't know if I should say what it is. It's pretty obvious about what his comic book character is going to be later on in the season. But I don't know if I should say what it is because a lot of people still don't know. I actually told, what his comic book character is back when they introduced this big villain earlier this season. I don't know. I'm not going to say what it is because a lot of people don't know what it is yet, but we'll wait. But anyway, Wilddog. So Wilddog, there's a lot of flashbacks with him. We find out he actually has a wife. Well, he had a wife. No joke there. Had a wife and has a daughter. Like, he still has his daughter somewhere in the foster system. We'll probably see her again before the season ends. Mr. Terrific made that clear that we're gonna find his daughter eventually. But they debate whether or not they should have gun control. Mr. Terrific talks about how because of his race, he's more likely to get shot in America, which is true. Like, it's not a funny. Like, it's not a racial joke, because a lot of people say, because I'm biracial or half black, I'm probably going to get shot more than you. It's not a thing, it's a real idea. Like, it's not an idea either. It's like a real, I don't want to say concept, but it's a real thing that's happening. But anyway, so they explain their ideas of gun control. We actually hear about Willdogs later on. So Felicity getting more into the Pandora files. So she's probably going to have consequences. Like, they're going to show up eventually later on this season. Like, she's going to get in trouble from these. I think I said in my last video, I really want to see Felicity go to jail, but not like Diggle, not like going to jail and then just leaving jail. Like, I want to see Felicity deal with having to have this weight on her shoulders. Black Canary, so the new Black Canary, Dinah, the actual, Dinah Drake, basically the original Black Canary, but not actually the original Black Canary for the show. Anyway, Dinah talks about how she's getting used to the idea of not knowing how to deal with normal because she's doing normal things. She applied for a job, she applied for an apartment, so she's doing these normal things that she hasn't really done in so long because she is Dinah, and we'll talk about that later on. Maybe. I don't know if we'll touch on that more in this video. I really like Oliver's position that he was put in this episode. So, in this episode, Oliver had to solve his problems with gun control being the mayor. Like, he couldn't solve it as Green Arrow. He had to solve it as the mayor. You'll probably see more of those throughout the episode, or throughout the episodes of the season, because we're going to get problems that Oliver's going to have to face as mayor. Vigilante returned in this episode. I don't know if I love Vigilante as a character. Like, he's kind of cringy a little bit, but at the same time he's not. But he was fun to kind of see him go up against Oliver a little bit in this episode. Again, there's a lot we're going to talk about with that character later on. They'll probably give his big, because Vigilante has also a big thing that's going on in the season that we'll probably learn about later on this season. Maybe before the season's over. I don't think they're going to carry it over to season 6. But great job from Oliver this week, kind of trying to figure out how to solve the problem as mayor. Now, let's talk about Wilddog again. So Wilddog didn't agree with his wife having drugs. He hates drugs because of what his wife was using them for. And so with that, her dealer comes in, busts into his house, has a gun to her head. Wilddog reaches for his gun, shoots the dealer. He falls to the ground and shoots his wife. So she's dead. She's not going to return anytime soon. I don't think they'd bring her back at all. Arrow has a thing for bringing characters back to life. Minus Laurel. But anyway, so that's why Wilddog's always been for guns, but still is a little upset about guns. Because a gun killed his wife, but he still saved his daughter. His daughter probably would have died too, if not for him using his gun to save her. So she's been taken away to a foster home or group home. I think he said group home in the episode. But Dinah, again, so Dinah is now in the police force. I guess we're going to talk about this again. Dinah's in the police force. She is part of it now, so I like that. I like how she's going to be on the inside. They need someone there. Quentin's not on the police force anymore. He's part of the mayor's office. She needs to be on there, and she's in the force now. So we'll probably see, like moments where she has to not only be the Black Canary eventually, because wearing that jacket with the mask isn't going to work. I need her in the full suit or a new suit. Always nice to have new costumes. Fishnets, no, I'm just joking. But, anyway, so we'll probably see moments where she has to be both Black Canary and a police officer. Like, she'll have to use skills of both to use on both jobs. So we'll see that. I don't know if that's for sure, but we'll probably see it. But anyway, what did you guys think of the episode? Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? What was your favorite part? Links up there to my other Arrow videos. Links down there to my Twitter, Instagram, vlog channel, and gaming channel. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.